World, you're needed in the dean's office.
Dean,
Tim,
Teran, you got another episode of the Dean's Office. Again, thank y'all for listening to today's episode, or at least logging on to do so. Don't forget to like, subscribe to all our social media.
Please comment.
Yeah.
Let us comment. It'd be nice. Just let us know what we're doing. Comment. One comment would be great.
Yeah, comment even if you don't like what we saying. If we saying we're trash or you think we stupid, that's fine, man.
And if you don't like what we're saying, just like the video and go.
Try, that's what we want. We want to make sure what we saying makes sense. You don't think so?
Don't make me quit because somebody offend me.
Ain't nobody hurt. You don't want nobody hurt your feelings.
Yeah, man.
I think the only comment somebody said in all these times we've been doing has been
Do your research.
do the research, or y'all don't know what we're talking about, or something along those lines. So I think that was the only one that threw us off just a little bit.
I think we had a couple of negative. I think throughout this we probably had like 10 negative comments.
Yeah.
I only remember one. What's the other negative?
No, I think if you go look at our earlier videos, I think we had when they was critiquing us, telling us we need to stand up, we need to look to the left.
Keep on.
Like you know,
we had bad mics in. We invested in some good mics now.
I know that too, but I'm just saying general, like what I think. I'm just thinking about at times where things could have hurt our feelings.
Before everybody start copying us and doing podcasts, now everybody doing the podcast copying us.
Yeah, we the originators. Okay, but so we jumped in. So now for today's episode, we can kind of discuss something that was a little controversial. We had I want to say a couple of about 2 weeks ago.
I have no idea.
Whatever it was, we had graduation coming up. So generally when you have those college graduations or university graduation, they have a keynote speaker that comes to. And then, we had one. They had a keynote speaker. He was a kicker, Harrison Butker. I'm saying that right? Mm-hmm. Harrison Butker. He's the kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs. You can look it up. He gave a speech to it was a Catholic university, correct?
Benedictine College, yeah.
Benedictine College, a Catholic university, and he went viral because within that speech, he was talking about some of his values and some of the things that he want to see for women. And within that conversation, he was telling women, I know that you're here at the university to obtain a career. You had goals as far as career, but in what is important is family. Being a wife and having kids should be more important than your professional career. So now that speech went viral because a lot of women felt that he was, I guess, trying to tell them that having babies should be their biggest accomplishment. That being, what's the word? I don't want to say submissive to a husband, but locked into a husband while the husband gets to have his career. I guess they felt they was offended by it. Right. And then he later went to another podcast and kind of doubled down. He was saying, like, that's my faith. That's what I believe. And it got to the point to where the teammates like Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, the coach, were asked to make a comment on it. And I think for the most part, they just had a general, hey, that's his belief. They don't agree with everything he said, but he does have the right to believe the way he believes, and that they feel like he's a good person that they know personally. So when you seen the video or when you seen the comments or the backlash, what was your thought on it? I don't know who want to go first. I don't know. You want to go preacher, man?
I don't know. I think the first thing I wanted to listen to his whole speech because he was saying that they was attacking his Catholic values. So I wanted to understand exactly what his Catholic values were and how does that translate into what he think that a woman role should be in a marriage, in society. So I don't, like I said, I'm not a Catholic. I don't know exactly what they focus on. I do know in the Bible they ask wives, hey, you're supposed to be submissive to your husband. I do know that God created women to be our helpmeet, meaning that
Helpmate.
meat, yes, meaning that
Help
you're gonna help meet, meaning that you're gonna help them, right, and meeting them whatever the things that they're lacking, you help along the way.
They were created to be our servants.
So, but when I did listen to his speech. One thing he brought it back around was saying was that he's proud of his wife. His wife helped him to be the person that he is today, which allowed him to put more effort into his career, allow him to do those things that he wanted to go out and speak in engagement and all these other things because she was so supportive of the household. And for him not wondering where she at or working with it, she stayed home and said, hey, and then he said one part of his speech, if you asked her, would she have changed it for the world, she would have like, he said, heck no. Right? So I can understand from him, it's great for him. That's the way he's thinking. But for him to say that that's what women should be striving for, is to be wives and mothers and homemakers and stuff like that, I think that's where it went out of bounds. I don't think, I know, or I'm going to say I know, but I don't think anywhere in the Christian values it says, hey, a woman can't work. Hey, a woman shouldn't strive to put on better themselves. Hey, they shouldn't do everything inside on the housework. You understand what I'm saying? So that right there threw me off a little bit.
Not to cut you off. So again, I'm not very versed in the Bible, so there's no scripture in there where they stating that the wife should be at home taking care of.
Not to my knowledge. I have to do some more. The most biggest thing is the man.
I thought you was turning to ask me. I was like, what?
You see, I ain't even waste my time with you.
So the biggest thing is they're telling you that the husband should lead, right? The wife should be submissive to the husband, and then the husband should make the majority of the decision within going on concerning the household. So from my understanding, that's how it is. Now, like I should do some more research in that part, but I do understand that there's nothing I can see in the Catholic religion that says, hey, a woman that's what the woman should strive to be.
So my thought on that is, I don't see why so many people are so upset. I think they misconstrued his words.
Okay.
So I think his words could be applied to whether you're a female or male. I think what he was saying.
What?
Let me tell you.
Okay, because I'm gonna say, ain't in no society where it's okay for a man not to work.
No. So the way I took it is, you should value your family more than your career. Is the way I interpret it. The thing you should be excited about in life is not, oh, my next promotion. It should be, oh, I'm about to have another baby, or I'm taking care of my son, my kids, my wife, wherever the case may be. It shouldn't be that your singular purpose in life is to get promotions and be successful in your professional career. You were put on this earth to be fruitful and multiply, and in that, to protect God's union. So what I'm thinking he's saying is, if you had to list priorities, it'll be God first, family second, and then maybe your professional career. So what he was trying to say is, whatever you're excited about, if you want to get excited about life, granted, they're graduating, obviously they're not, their plan is to be successful and go into the work first, I would assume. But what he's reminding them of is, look, the pressure of the world of you having to be successful, they're lying to you. A successful person is someone who creates a good home. He's not saying in order to create a good home, you don't have to work. Now, he used the example with his wife where she leaned fully into her vocation, as he put it, and she became a homemaker, and that made her happy. But all he's saying is, make sure that you value your family. He's not saying that women shouldn't get promotions or whatever the case may be. That's the way I interpret it. So I don't see the outrage, to be honest with you. Everything he says in there is just him being a Christian and leaning into his beliefs and his faith. He didn't demean, or he didn't say anything derogatory, nor did he, in my opinion, he didn't suppress anything that a woman said I could go out there and start working. It's what I got from it.
So you're trying to tell me, so he's using his faith to justify what he think the woman's role should be?
No,
You just said he using his face. So is he hiding behind his face?
No, you keep going back to a woman role. I don't think he was trying to tell you what a woman role should be.
But Terrell, he came out and said a woman should strive to be a wife, a mother, and a homemaker.
No. That's not what he said.
What did he say?
He said a woman should strive to be a wife and a mother. My wife, she leaned into her vocation, and she's happy now being a homemaker. That's different than you should strive to be a homemaker. What he's telling you is, so that's like me. That's why I say it could be applied. I think that's a gender neutral statement. You can
How is it gender neutral?
My aspiration would be to be a husband and a father.
This man specifically said a wife and a mother.
Timmy, what I'm trying to tell you is he's saying you should value family. Don't most people say it goes God, family, work, I guess football or whatever, whatever the case is. That's how it goes, right? That's what he's saying. Don't forget that when you go out into the workforce and thinking that your purpose of living is getting promotions.
Only reason I'm saying is this. After he said that spiel, what did he say? And to the guys in the audience, you should be doing this, and that. Mm-hmm. So he specifically said to the women that's here, you should be striving to be a mother and a wife. Mm-hmm. How is that gender neutral when he specifically said, now to my guys, you need to be doing this, and that? Explain that to me.
Because he didn't say that guys need to put family first. They need to be a provider, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they need to be provider. But I think he was talking about things that's wrong in the world.
No, but that would apply if men was giving up being a provider to take care of kids, right? So see, with him bringing up the issue with the women, he was saying that women are giving up focusing on being a wife and a mother and focusing on their careers. So they putting that first. So
you don't think it's a little bit of that going on?
No, no. But what I'm talking to the point of what Tim was saying, that in his mind he had a specific role for each gender. So when he was stating that the women need to stop putting their work first and focus on the family,
he didn't say that.
No, but he did say
that's
stop.
What he said.
He did not. Listen. You shaking your head. Tell me if I'm wrong. He said women need to stop putting their career first and focus on being a wife and a mother. That's not what he said. That's not what you just mentioned.
No, what he's saying was your purpose in life shouldn't be getting promotions.
What did I just not say? I said
that's different from stop
what?
Focusing on work and be a house and mother. You need to focus on your work. Obviously, if that's what you want to do, you want to have a career.
So how do you get promoted? So he's saying work, but don't try to be ambitious in work.
No, he's saying make sure that you have priority.
That's what, sir. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why the words is triggering you, but all I'm saying is he went to tell the women they were doing something, so they need to do this. What Tim was saying was, why didn't he tell men? He said him telling men they need to do this. Men are not giving up their careers to work. To take care of the family. So he wasn't correcting them. He just adding on to what the men are already doing. So in his speech, he was telling you what he feel the women role and the men role are in society. I think for me, I think the problem is the fact that information was provided to the whole world. Right, it was put on the internet where he was speaking to a college that teaches, because a lot of these people that go to these schools ought to have some type or like I like to say now that I found this word, like-minded, right? So meaning when you go to a Christian college, generally you're going to because you like the base of the faith base of the school, and it teach you school on top of your faith base. So I think he was speaking to a particular audience to where I think some of them, because he did get some claps when he said it, when he made his speech. So I think he was speaking to people that had a like-minded view of what his values are. So that's why he felt comfortable speaking in that manner. And I think for us who probably don't feel or think that same way got a Windows eye view into what those beliefs were and what they wanted from that colleges or want him to state. Because I'm pretty sure in some instant he had kind of let them know what the speech was going to be. So they kind of knew what he was going to say and what he was going to tell the graduating class. So I think for me, if you believe in that, he is correct, right? And I think my only issue I do have with the internet and everybody that was commenting on it, I have both an issue with both sides. So I have an issue with them not allowing for if I live in a community that have a certain belief, right? Because it doesn't match yours, you're gonna condemn me or talk to me a certain way. I was talking to my community. I didn't go on CNN. I didn't go to where millions of viewers of different ethnicity and all that. I went to a particular college that have a certain belief that reviewed my speech prior to me speaking, right? So they knew what I was going to talk about. So they accepted that and they understood what I was talking about and they believed the same thing. So you can't penalize me for speaking to the people that believe the same way that I do, right? And then on the second part of it too, I feel like he should have, although you believe, because oftentimes, and I think what most people have with the Christian faith and Christian beliefs is that their willingness to impose their views on other people. You see what I'm saying? Like, I know in the Bible they tell you, again, I don't know, correct me if I'm verbiage on it, but go out and spread the word. And I think when God was saying that, Jesus was saying that, I don't think they were telling you to go out and spread the word as if to change people's minds, right? I think it was more so to go out there and let them know what we have to offer. And because, again, I don't think even Jesus, God, they know they not going to turn everybody. Because if that was the case, they could just snap their fingers and made everybody be Christian. The whole purpose of human beings is the fact that we have the option to choose. I think free will, right? So that separates us from other animals. So I think
even though sometimes I wish he would, man, like God, just make it easy. Like
let me know. Don't make the decisions easy to choose from.
Take that willpower. Just like, man, let me say no.
I want abs. You know what I'm saying? God, take this urge of me eating a honey bun away from me. Take this.
You want your temple. Your body's your temple. You want to. I got you. Yeah. So I think for me, I think that's where it's important that we, as you have a Christian faith or whatever community faith or belief you have, allowing for everyone to be in a space to where they can have that conversation. I think only time it becomes, and I know people are going to say, hey, this women rights, I get that. I think the only time where it becomes a problem and it becomes a situation to where it needs to be addressed and have that, and we can't have that type of mentality thinking is when you're in government. Yeah. Right? When you try to apply your belief, you try to apply policies and laws based on your belief. And I think that's what the problem is. But I think if for him speaking to his own community that thinks like him, that's like-minded, that have the same belief with him, I don't see anything wrong with the speech because he did not call women out their name. He didn't say anything disrespectful. He just basically told what he believed, and I think it's okay if someone believed that, even though I don't agree with it.
But don't we all? You mean to tell me you don't aspire for this? You don't aspire to be so rich that your wife don't have to work?
I would love for my wife not to work, but I want this.
Do I go to work?
What?
He said, if I got to work, my wife got to work.
No. Do in your scenario, I'm being so rich. Am I rich enough to where we're both home?
No.
So
no, I mean, like you still going out there and doing your casework, but you rich doing it.
Okay. Now, if that's the case, if we're working, if I work and she stay home, okay, I'm fine. But if we both rich and we sitting at home, nothing to do, I think somebody got to go to work.
Go back to what you were saying, but I like what you were saying, and that we should never impose our beliefs when it comes to politics. But he mentioned that in his speech when he was talking about abortion, he was talking about other things, because he's saying the world was going crazy. You understand what I'm saying? So when you start looking at the whole totality of his speech, you can see he don't agree with a lot of things going on, and he believes that he's almost like the right wing people or whatever wing that is. I don't know, coming out of politician.
Timmy, this man got blonde hair, slick to the
No,
side.
what I'm saying, no, but Terrell, this one, what
he voted for Trump.
no, but that's what I'm saying. It's like if you listen to what he's saying, it goes along with those lines where they're trying to tell people, hey, you can't do abortion, took away Roe versus Wade, took about all these different things. It's a part of him that's doing it. He's saying the only reason I'm doing this because, well, I feel this way because of my Catholic faith that I'm doing this. You get what I'm saying?
And in that speech, if you listen to the whole thing, he even called out some of the Catholic people in the church because he said that it's people in the Catholic faith that's supporting abortion, that's supporting divorce, and supporting things that's not along the Catholic faith. And he said we need to call these people out and make sure that they're doing well in the temple. So I mean, he went in, like he went in on everything.
Just not to jump too far off subject. Like when you have a situation to where they tell you we don't believe in divorce, we don't believe because I think divorce on the abuse. What's the in the Bible? Only reason you divorce is what? Cheating or something.
Cheating or something like that. Cheating.
All right, so if you
Dang, really?
Yeah, I think it's they.
Oh, if your wife cheat,
your wife cheat. The man we could cheat.
Oh, okay,
it's just the wife that cheats.
That's not what Scripture says.
But when it comes to how kind of we could tell men broke the Bible. But so my question.
That's another thing. I'm sorry, Timmy. Is there not a woman prophet?
Yes, they have women prophets.
Did anyone get a chance to write the Bible?
They have women prophets. They have women judges. They have women. They have a whole book about the Book of Ruth. They have a whole book about
now you gonna make it
Deborah and everything, Deborah. But they have a bunch of people that's there.
Yeah, we gonna keep that in too. Hey, that's technically when you do everything yourself. We got to cut everything off.
I'm saying, Ruth wrote her scripture, or somebody wrote the story about Ruth?
Once again, I'm not a Bible scholar, right? But most of the people who, when it comes to the book, is about them. Most of the time, they write it for themselves.
So right. So Ruth wrote about Ruth. So they ain't
I'm just saying.
Let me Google it.
Because
I was looking at while I was doing this. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at
scriptures that talks about the women
working.
Yeah.
Right. So
Titus,
second chapter, verse 4 through 5. So it says, and so you train the young woman to love their husband and children, to be self-controlled, pure, working at home, and kind and submissive, that they to their own husband, that the word of God may not be reviled.
I don't mean they see even that. Shouldn't a man work at home too?
Nah.
What Terrell? What does it say, man, in there?
So I'm committing to sin because I work from home.
Yeah,
we work from home. But you got a job. What's Terrell talk? I don't understand. But if you read the whole, see, that's one thing I hate about what people don't understand.
Okay to hate them.
They don't understand that people will read 2 or 3 scriptures and don't read the whole chapter. Mm-hmm. And the whole chapter will explain everything to it, and then that's one little caveat adds it to them.
Titus is a real book in the Bible?
Yes, Titus in the book in the Bible.
Did you know that?
No, I heard of Titus.
Titus is it should be right. It should be
I don't
right
know
after
what the
Timothy.
correlation that he is to the Bible though.
Like, it should be right after Timothy, and then Titus it talks about leaderships and stuff like that. Leaders and everything.
Even in this one with Titus, even that one. Why you got off that page? It was good stuff.
Yeah, because I'm trying to see if Ruth wrote the
Well, you got ADD. Can you focus on one thing at a time?
I'm listening.
Even with what he just said right then and there, all it said was you should work at home. They said that should be the only thing you should be doing.
But Terrell, what the guy was saying.
Don't you work? Don't you do stuff around the house?
What part of the scripture you was reading?
It said you should do work at home.
Keep going.
Oh, yep. Never mind. Sam wrote it for Ruth.
Samuel.
So Samuel wrote the book of Ruth. So we don't have a woman that wrote.
So we don't have a woman scribe.
There might be a woman scribe. I'm not too sure. Like I said, I'm not a Bible scholar. This is stuff that we should all strive to be. So next time we should talk about it on the podcast.
We got to save face for the Christian. Hold on, man. Hold on now. No, go ahead. I'm looking.
So when you smart,
Go ahead, I'm
Terrell,
looking.
when you're looking at Titus, dog, it was not saying that you should not work from home. That's not what it's saying.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you. It's saying that you should work at home.
It said it'll say you. It said there it said the woman.
Yeah, the man got to do the same thing too.
Why you keep putting both in the same level?
Because I'm a man of equal opportunities. I think equal
No,
opportunity.
you just in the beginning say you agree that a woman should work from home. You agree with the man.
Oh my God, that's not what I said.
That's what you said. What did you say?
I can't wait till we play the tape back. I said,
What did you say?
a woman should put her family before her career, just like a man should.
But that's not what the guy was saying.
Imagine if you were something. We talked about this on the podcast many moons ago. You said, I always have to think to myself, I can't stay to work too late. I got to turn down some things at church.
For anybody who's looking for the podcast, the name of the podcast is Work-Life Balance. But go ahead.
You said, I got to make sure I'm conscious of that because I got to make sure I'm home with my kids and my wife. You said it. So that means you putting the value of your family there because you could be more ambitious, right? You could do more, I'm assuming. We could have been Super Bowl champions coaching.
Terrell.
But we made a sacrifice.
Terrell, he didn't say that to the man, though. That's what I'm saying. He did not say that to the man.
Because he didn't identify that as a problem at the time. He's just saying.
At what time? The one he was saying his speech?
Yeah.
He had a long time to write that speech.
No, I'm saying.
Terrell, you can't compare what he's saying to a man and what he's saying to a woman.
Hold on, but you saying, so what you're saying is, because he's saying he's seeing there's a problem with with women choosing to be ambitious in their career over being a mother bringing a mother being a mother and a wife. So, but he didn't. So he don't see a problem with men being a provider.
With not being a provider?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a problem. You're not a provider.
All right then. So, but if you he's stating that that's their only role is to be a provider.
So what you trying to say? That it'll be so
if what I'm saying is you speak upon stuff that you have an issue with. So he's saying that. So that's why he's identifying. He's not telling you because what I'm saying is you're stretching what he meant when he said that you should put the home first, right? Well, I'm telling you, if that was the case, what you're saying, the reason why he said it, then he would have told men to be providers and make sure that you care for your family at the same time.
I'm pretty sure he said families in this.
No. He didn't
say nothing about
that's
that.
What I'm saying. You're trying to assume what he's saying, and we're telling you based on the information that was provided to us that he did not indicate that that he felt like men should be taking care of kids. So I'm pretty sure in his mind is you go to work, you provide for them financially, and then it's the wife who makes sure he changed the diapers, who pick him up from school, who do all these things that I think as a father, what makes you a father is not much providing, is being able to provide that emotional balance and communication and what's the word I'm looking for? And interaction with your children that allows for you to be a good father to teach them to be a good man. Because oftentimes back in the days, men would just go to work, the wife would do everything, they go home, sleep, whatever, and they're not having that communication and interaction. That's why I think a lot of men have struggled with showing emotions, right? Because in society, it shows you that a man being weak is a negative thing, right? So you having that conversation when you feel, yeah, but no, because think about it, how would you feel if TJ was feeling the way and he felt he couldn't come talk to you about it? You see what I'm saying? If TJ was having an emotional response to something that occurred to him, and then he said, and rather than him being able to say, "Let me go to my dad," who's a man. Understand, because again, you can go to your mom, but she's not gonna have a fully understanding as if a man. So what I'm saying is, if TJ is having an emotional response to something that happened to him in his life, say at school, wherever it is, and he wanted a man perspective, but because all you do is go to work, come home, go sleep, and whatever, he feel like he doesn't have that communication with you, right? I think that will hinder him growing as a man as well.
Can I make a statement on that? Just a little pinpoint thing. I think that kind of aligns with family and what I say you need to be there as a father. One of the biggest things I think a father has to teach his son is how to control and how to manage his emotions and how to think logically in situations and not react with anger, not react with emotion, and understand what's the best in the situation. So that's why I say putting family first, well, second behind God is
but what we're saying is that we don't have no issue with you're saying.
We're talking what the guy said in his speech.
The issue is you're taking what he said and making it to what you believe, and we're going off based on his words. So based on what he's saying, he provided what a man should look like and a woman should look like. That's the issue we're having. We're not what you're saying is what makes sense. You're correct. I think that applies to everybody, that they should put their family, they should put a big enough emphasis on their family that it does not, that they're not that it doesn't impact them negatively. Whereas, some people will work 20 hours or 15 hours and they have no time, or 80 hours a week and they're not having any time for their family. I think that's a separate conversation, to whereas you're telling a woman what she has to do, what should be her number one priority. Because you have some people that don't want to have kids. You have some people that don't believe. That's why I say who you speaking to kind of matter as well. You have some people that don't believe in marriage. You have some people that don't believe in God. So you cannot have a broad statement. But that's why I said for him, he spoke at a venue that where people had the like-minded and the same values in him. Mm-hmm. I just feel the issue was that they recorded it and put it out for outside of the community to have a comment on. And I think for him, and I think even for Kansas City, the other football players, the National Football League, for them not to fall into the negative comments, because they understood as well. He did not go in front of an NFL podium and gave a speech. He didn't go on CNN and gave a speech. He didn't go where there's not a particular type of demographic that he was focused on. He went to a place where he knew because again, he knew most of those people felt and believed the same things that he feel. So I think that's where, with you, what we're saying is what he's saying and what you're trying to make him say is two different things.
And also when I'm looking at it, looking at the scripture and everything, even though Tavares for
the one that Sam wrote for Ruth, or
I'm talking about Titus.
Oh.
But and if you think about it, even though he said you should do stuff for the house, it's just telling you the woman should keep the house upkeep, right? Take care of the house, the children, take care of the food, take all those other things. It didn't say that you're not supposed to go and aspire to be living. All it's saying is when you do get married, be submissive, be able to control the things that you have to do at your household. And there's nothing wrong with that. But what he's saying is they should aspire to be good, to be a homemaker, and don't worry about being successful in the career world. That's why I think I had a problem with. You understand what I'm saying? So yes, when you marry somebody, you want them to be a good wife. Being able to take care of things at home, being able to be taking care of the kids and the bills or whatever that they strive to be. But that is not telling them they can't strive to be better at their job or their workplace. And I think that's, for me, when I heard that, that's what I'm saying. He did wrong, because if you put stipulations and stuff on women, why you don't do the same thing with men? Because even in the Bible, you go along right up on, like I said, it's so important. It also tells you how men should act, what you should be teaching the men. Right, and they're saying these older men should be teaching the young people, the next generation coming up. And that's the problem I was saying for him. So if you want to do that, make sure you put that into the men's, okay, men, you need to be doing this. So that's the part I didn't like about his speech. But once again, he's hiding behind his religion, because he's saying, I'm telling you this because this is what my faith tells me to do. That's the problem I have. But I see what you're saying is, he's saying it, but he's trying to make it for everybody. That's not what he said.
Nah, he made
it generally enough to say this is what women should and should not be doing.
Okay.
Make sense now?
It does make sense.
Cause you was beating your chest hard for David.
What's his name?
Harrison Butker.
Harrison Butker. I don't know how to say David Wagner. That sounds more racist.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. I just think I think you're right what you said though. If that's what he believes, you gotta let him believe that. I know I wish I was making enough money that my wife didn't have to work and she could stay home. And I think life.
But get what you're saying. You giving her the option to stay home because I'm making her much money, right? But then you also, but you're also giving her the option to go out there and work and do everything.
Man, if I was making me and her salary right now, maybe
By yourself,
by myself, a little 20% more, I'll be like, stay home.
shoot, but you could still time out. If you was making both of y'all salary combined by yourself, she could still stay home.
No, yes, certainly, yes.
Okay.
He just want to put that extra in there.
Because he sound like yeah, I know, but still, you could still be able to do so. But I think also what we missing, and I think a part of it of understanding women, is because I think for
don't like to be told what to do.
not even with told.
I heard somebody say that's why women watch Netflix with captions. Cause they don't know how to listen.
Boy, Terrell, the views of Terrain Dean are not the views of the
Dean's office. But no, I think damn, you made me lost my train of thought that quick. I don't know. But what I was saying is that I think the value of a good husband and the value of a good man is being on the same page with your wife, to whereas, yes, there are certain things you might want, but you also take into account of her feelings, what she wants, and what the things she want to do. And I think that makes you as a better leader. And I think as well that help with the woman being more submissive, because again, if you as a man leading and only doing the things that you want to, or the things that you feel like should be done, and not taking into account your partner, I think it impacts the woman's willingness to be submissive towards you and follow behind you, because again, they know that you're being selfish within your decision making. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a part of it that we overlook as well. And I think if you really are a Christian, your base should be, your foundation should be based on love. Right? I know we read the Bible and they give us all these rules, but oftentimes in your heart, the love, like are you upset, or are you going to treat a certain person a certain way because they're not submissive? Are you going to treat us because they're not have the same belief as you? Are you going to, how you going to?
You can't get married.
You can't treat them. You get what I'm saying? So I think for part of that is understanding too. There's a level of love that allows for you to accept everyone.
Yeah.
And when people say when Jesus came here, he came and he gave a few commandments. One commandment is love your neighbor as you love yourself, and love is the key, right? And just like you were saying, if you looked at what his path and all the things that he did not go around people that didn't follow, that didn't truly believe in him or whatnot. He went around to spread the word to each and everybody, Jews, Gentile, whoever it was, because he had a message for everybody. And that's the love that we should have for say, hey, I love you because of your faults. I love you because of this, and stop in spite of and everything. So I'm not going to change my...
I'm about to correct you on that.
What's that?
I don't love nobody because of their faults, in spite of.
And they spite of their faults. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
For all that thing. So, but I just think, once again, when it comes to his thing, we can't get mad at his views, because that's how he is. That's what he think. That's what he believe in. That's what we are. But that shouldn't change the fact where we can go against it or don't believe in the same thing he believed, and he should be understanding about that.
Why you made my Google black, dog?
I didn't make you Google black. That's how it came.
Didn't you see me pass this man a phone with a white background? Now everything's black, dog. What did you do to my phone?
I didn't do nothing with it. I didn't do nothing at all.
Android works.
Golly.
But that's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, we got to understand that religion is not, for my eyes, it should not be offensive to other people, and that's what the problem was for me. You don't need to offend somebody to get your message across.
I think religion do more of the offending than getting offended.
How they offend people?
You know what? I think the biggest issue with religion is...
Hold on, he got a mic to put his head. How does a religion offend people?
Listen, and we can carve this out into another podcast. I'm saying church the church is more judgment. Church was the first cancel culture, if that makes sense, right? Because church saying if you don't align to my views, you're gonna burn eternally in hell because you don't see the world the way that I do.
So the church views.
The church views the way that I do. So I think the church was the first people to isolate, which is why there's so many wars. Most wars were started over two things: territory and resource, or three things: territory, resources, and religion. You get what I'm saying? That's why you think it's happened in Jerusalem. Is that Jerusalem? Israel and Gaza? In Gaza. I'm trying to think. Because they're fighting over territory because each of them think that they possess this holy land, which stems from religion. So what I'm saying is, as Christians ourselves, we have to remember, although we view the world this way, and yes, we want more people to view the world this way, we have to be very careful not to be judgmental, right? And I guess I'm kind of supporting you guys' theory against this guy, to where you can't force your views on people and call them whatever. You just got to give your opinion, say this is what I stand for, and then go from there, type of thing. I guess is my last thoughts.
Okay. Anything before we close out?
You good.
Okay. So yeah, I think for as Terran eloquently stated, that we have to be a little bit more, give each other more grace, being a little bit more understanding, understand that everyone don't believe and think the same thing. There's a community for everyone to feel comfortable in being in that place. And when you're in that environment and being able to speak to your beliefs, right? Not hate, because there's a difference between beliefs and hate, right? We might not agree with belief, but we know the difference with hate, right? So I think allowing that person to be in a safe place to speak to their community of what they believe, and being on the same page, and not because it doesn't align to what you believe or what you feel is right. I think we have to do a better job with allowing for everyone to be themselves and believe what they believe in their beliefs, and allowing for all, but still carry as one person. I mean, one country, to where it doesn't impact us or treat a person a certain way because they don't think the same way I do. Okay. So, again, I want to thank everybody for coming out. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I appreciate those who sat through the whole podcast and who continue to support us through this process. So remember, Facebook, we got the Dean's Office, Instagram, the Dean's Office, Twitter, the Dean's Office, TikTok. We also on TikTok for those who locked into TikTok. We got the Dean's Office, and especially on the YouTube, we got the Dean's Office. So I just really appreciate that, and as well on all podcast platform, it is available as well. So we still on still on other ones? We just got an update, but I think we're still So we everywhere, man. So just put in the Dean's Office. Remember, the Dean is with a 3, and I think only a couple of places it's regular with an E because we couldn't change it. It was too much work. But we'll again appreciate y'all and thank you for coming out. It's your boy Dean,
Tim,
Teram,
and you another episode of Dean's Office. Joe.